You.
Absolutely fine.
Thank you very much for this interview, first of all.
Screen is fine. Focus properly.
Yes, everything is fine. Yes, everything is fine. Can you hear my voice is clear? It's okay?
Yes, absolutely clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for this interview. Okay, it's a big pleasure for me, you have to know. And of course, I have to say a big thank to Mr. Manu, to Miss Manu, okay, who, okay, about
It's a pleasure for me also to be on your show today.
yeah.
Matter of privilege for me to be here on the show today.
Thank you. And I hope that Greece and India to have in the future better relations in many sectors. I think I hope about this, okay? Because I think that Pakistan and Turkey is a big threat for our countries. I think we have to hurry up because we have a great and a big threat in like Turkey and Pakistan. So let's begin in 10 seconds. Okay, are we okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, give me 10 seconds. And we will begin. So. Okay. Good evening. Today we host on our TV show Major General Rajan Tohar. How are you?
I'm fine, Andres. Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be here on your show and also showing solidarity between the relations of our two countries, our wonderful countries, Greece and India.
Thank you so much. Mr. Tohar, could you tell us a few things about you, please?
Okay, Andres, I am from the Indian Army, and on the 19th December 1981, I was commissioned in the Indian Army at a young age of 21 years. After 4 years of training at the National Defense Academy and thereafter at the Indian Military Academy. And I joined the Army Ordnance Corps, which deals with the logistics of armaments, tanks, ammunition, vehicles, and whatever is required by the Indian Army for fighting a war. The entire logistics is managed by this organization of the Indian Army. And I served in this organization for 37 years. I was awarded the Vishisht Seva Medal by the President of India for distinguished service. And I'm a alumni of the Defense Services Staff College, as well as College of Defense Management, Secunderabad in India. And over a period of 37 years, I have a few academic qualifications, namely being a PhD in management, a Masters of Business Administration, a Masters of Defense Studies, and a Master of Management dealing with the scientific methods of managing resources. And I have served in the operational areas of Jammu and Kashmir as well as the Northeast, and I've handled important staff appointments as well as I have commanded a central ordnance depot, uh, which is command of a brigadier, and two logistic units I have commanded of an infantry division and a rapid division. So that has been my journey in the army.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Kohar, we see Turkey constantly provoking in Kashmir. How does India plan to react?
It's a good question, Andres. Uh, Considering the present geopolitical situation in our world, we have seen in the last about 3-4 years the track record of Turkey. It is more or less, I could use a slightly strong word for it. It is more or less becoming a rogue nation. A nation which is disturbing the peace of its neighbors, as well as trying to uh, uh, impose its will on the other nations in the area of interest. For example, you would have heard Turkey's invasion of Syria, where killing of Kurds had taken place. As also in the recent months, we saw the interference in the Azerbaijan and Armenia conflict. Mm-hmm. And it is an open, and it's no secret that Turkey was actively involved in supplying of military hardware like drones to the Azerbaijan army, which was instrumental in their actually success against Armenia. Mm-hmm. And recently we have seen in the last about a couple of years that Turkey is becoming a belligerent country. It is trying to box in Greece, trying to intrude into the waters where laid down treaties are there, and each country has got its own laid down water boundaries up to 12 nautical miles. But Turkey is not actually following it. And a recent nexus with Pakistan, trying to raise Article 370 in the United Nations General Assembly, trying to provoke India, as well as what has actually resulted is that our relations with Turkey have taken a backseat today. An important project of 2.3 billion US dollars, which involved us buying some fleet support ships from Turkey, was recently cancelled by the government. You would be aware of that. As well as the Prime Minister's Modi's impending visit, which was being planned, it was shelved. So now all these things are a result of provoking the Kashmir issue and towing the line of Pakistan. And why towing the line of Pakistan is because there are a host of reasons. I would subsequently get into it in your program. But here I would just like to say that being an Islamic country, the ideologies are the same. Mm-hmm. And what Turkey is wanting support from Pakistan is on the nuclear arsenal, which Turkey does not have as of now. So that is one major issue we will discuss, and we will take on this nexus in greater detail. Thank you.
How should Athens and New Delhi react? And what is the following steps about this?
Okay. So what is happening is uh, a few factual information is important for the viewers here to understand the growing nexus between Pakistan and Turkey. This nexus is becoming stronger day by day. In the fields of transport, energy, tourism, uh, education and healthcare, as also defense cooperation. Recently, there was a joint military exercise, Ataturk
Yes.
11, 2021, which was held in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where the Turkish army and the Pakistan army took part. And also the naval exercises are on in the eastern Mediterranean Sea as well as the Indian Ocean. And Pakistan is also placed an order for 4 corvette ships from Afsat, which is a manufacturing company of Turkey.
Yes.
The nuclear partnership I would like to highlight here for the development of the atomic weapons. Erdogan, he wants to revive the Ottoman Empire. This was his dream, and I've been actually following him, so I can read into it that he's wanting to become stronger and be able to threaten the nations he would like to, and for that he's interested on a nuclear arsenal. Recently, there have been reports of a clandestine meeting between Turkey and Pakistan leaders and scientists on the development of this atomic exchange of technology. And what is important is here, we all have to understand how will Delhi be involved in the counter. If you see today, India has been able to counter the Chinese aggression very effectively, and that was by getting into a strategic alliance called the Quad with the United States, Australia, and Japan. Today, there is a meeting on of the Quad where a number of issues are being discussed. We would want Greece to be also involved in a strategic alliance to contain the threat of Turkey. This strategic alliance should have also India as a partner, along with Israel, UAE, Cyprus, and France, because these are the countries which enjoy a very good relations with Turkey, and especially the countries which can make, I stand corrected with Greece, and especially with the countries who can make Greece stronger, like Israel, like India, like France. So we must get into a strategic alliance on the lines of the Quad, which we are doing in our subcontinent, to ensure there is a deterrence for Turkey.
Thank you. Greece and India are two countries with a lot of things in common, and at this time they share the same enemies. Do you believe that the two countries, India and Greece, could cooperate in terms of military affairs? Do you believe that the two countries could cooperate in terms of their military sector?
Yes, it's very important here that if we have to get into a strategic alliance, we have to prepare the grounds for it, and we must get into joint military exercises. You see, the Indian Army is doing joint military exercises with the US Army, with the Japanese Army, and recently we did an exercise with the French Navy, where the ships were together in the Indian Ocean, and we did maneuvers there. So it is important for India and Greece to get together and formulate a program where we can do our military exercises together. The second is we uh, have to make the Greece army stronger. Today, there is a disparity between the armed forces of Greece and Turkey. If I could read out from the information I have, the Turkish army is 4 times bigger in manpower than the Greece army. The military strength in terms of tanks, aircrafts is almost 5 to 6 times. The budgeting of the defense, which the Turkey is having as compared to Greece, is much more. Turkey has got a number of defense industries which is exporting. In the last about 2 years, there has been an increase of almost 170% of exports from Turkey to the other countries. So we have to contain this spread. We have to make Greece industries, especially the defense industries, stronger. And that can only happen if the privatization of the industry takes place. Andres, if you would have seen in India what is happening in the last about 3 years with our Make in India campaign, we have changed our rules. We are bringing in 74% privatization into the defense industry. So now Greece has to study the Indian model. A defense acquisition procedure 2020 has been launched by the Indian government. I would request you to place a copy of this with the ministry in the Greece defense ministry to actually go through this document and see how it can be applied to the conditions in Greece, to the defense industry in Greece. If you are able to do that, if you are able to resuscitate the defense industry in Greece, let me tell you, in a couple of years, you will find Greece producing state-of-the-art weaponry, and not only for its own requirement, it will be in a position to export it also.
Thank you. Mr. Kohar, do you think in the near future we could see Indian warships and fighter jets in the Aegean Sea and in East Mediterranean?
As I have actually mentioned to you,
Δεν το πιστεύω, ρε εσύ. Όχι, ρε εσύ, δεν το πιστεύω. Χάθηκε το ίντερνετ.
Sends the right message to the neighbors
Mr. Kohar,
who are threatening the.
Mr. Kohar, we had a problem with the connection.
Can you hear me?
It was my problem. I had a problem because 30 seconds I didn't have internet. So I will repeat my question and
Okay.
okay, sorry about this. I apologize. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will cut after the edit the video. Okay, I will editing. So.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So, sorry about this. Mr. Kohar, do you think in the near future we could see Indian warships and fighter jets in the Aegean Sea and in the East Mediterranean?
See, as Andres, I had mentioned to you that this has to be done in a phased manner. We have to start with military to military contact first. Let us get into war games with each other. Let us try to understand our concepts of warfare. Let us train with each other. And with the exchange of our training methods of fighting a war, we will be able to develop kind of a baseline where we could further increase our military to military contact. In the next phase, after having done this, we could then consider showing our presence of our navy and our armed forces in your areas, which would be a deterrence to countries like Turkey, and to give them a message that Greece is not alone in its fight against an oppressor.
Thank you. My last question. It is well known that India has a huge defense industry. Could Athens and New Delhi produce mutually weapons in the future?
Yeah, Andres, this is a very, very relevant question which you have asked me. Let me take you to your present state of your defense industry today. The Hellenic arms industry which you have is producing a rifle and a 81 mortar, as also an armored fighting vehicle. Your army is actually importing most of its weaponry from either Germany, France, America, or the United Kingdom. So what are the avenues open for us for opening defense industry in Greece? Assault rifles, artillery guns, missile corvettes, attack helicopters, fighter and small transport planes, and cruise missiles. These industries are coming up in India now, because India also was the second largest importer of arms in the world. Almost 10% of the arms which are imported in the world were being imported by India. We have started these industries in India now, and it would be in the interest of Greece as well as India to collaborate with each other now, and whatever technology is coming to us, it could be made available to Greece for setting up the Greece defense industry. And whatever challenges what your industry is actually facing today in terms of a very small internal market, most of the defense companies have actually failed. We will be able to actually overcome that. Greece has got a lot of strength in its shipyard industry. You have the Elephas shipyards. You have your aerospace industry, which is also doing well. So we could strengthen these industries. And for example, I'll just tell you, South Korea is collaborating with India in building the warships in India. Bharat Forge is an Indian company which is manufacturing artillery guns, anti-tank missiles, armored vehicles, and aerospace components in India. Tata Advanced Systems. We are in collaboration with Lockheed for the C-130 Hercules aircraft. DRDO of ours, which is the research organization, we have manufactured the main battle tank is called Arjun. The Dhanush 155 medium gun, which is better than the Bofors gun, has been manufactured now in India. The Larsen and Toubro L&T is manufacturing the support systems for the BrahMos missile. The Ashok Leyland of ours is manufacturing the Stallion vehicles. The Ghosh shipyard is manufacturing the minesweepers. AK-203 Kalashnikov rifles are now being manufactured in India. The Pinaka multiple rocket launcher is also available. So all this equipment, which I'm telling you, the K9 Vajra, it's a self-propelled howitzer, was deployed against the Chinese in Ladakh. It was manufactured in India only about 1 year back. With regard to missiles technology, India is fairly advanced. Greece should actually take advantage of this. We have the BrahMos missile, which is a cruise missile, which can go up to almost 300 kilometers. We have the Prithvi missile. It's a short-range ballistic missile, which can go up to 350 kilometers. We have the Akash missile, which is a surface-to-air missile, which we are now exporting to other countries. It has a range of 30 kilometers. And we have the Agni 5 missile, which is an intercontinental ballistic missile, a 4-stage, which can go up to 5,000 kilometers. And also with the S-400 coming from Russia, we will be able to have a very, very comprehensive air defense system. So my recommendation to you is, and to the people who have to be approached in Greece, that you have a very, very, very close friend in India. India is there for you. The technology which is there in our country in terms of artificial intelligence, disruptive technologies, quantum information, blockchain technology, robotics, big data analytics, this entire technologies of the future, which China has acquired and which now India has acquired. So we are in the process of developing this technology for our armed forces. And I have absolutely no doubt that it can be made available to Greece once we actually sit down, the people of our country, the leaders of our country talk to each other, delegations are sent to each other, we discuss it out and we work it out. It is very much possible that this kind of a close cooperation between India and Greece can take place.
Mr. Kohar, thank you so much. Would you like to send a message to the Greek people? Your last words.
Yes, I would just like to say, like, Andreas is a dear friend of mine. He's from your country, I'm from India. We are always there for the people of Greece. We share strong roots. We belong to very old civilizations.
Yes.
We have strong cultural links with each other, and the time has come now to develop our relations to the next level. We can go in for a military to military cooperation, and I can assure the people of Greece that it is going to be a win-win situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
A pleasure to be on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kohar. Everything is okay. Thank you. I think that your words will be very strong for us, for our people, for our government here in Greece. And I believe that in the future we will see exercises between our countries. We will see my country to buy from your country some weapons, and I think that the biggest plan is to win axis of Turkey and Pakistan. I think this is the biggest target.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the biggest target. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.